What's up, everybody? Welcome to this latest episode of FM's Funko Features. Before I get into it here, I do want to go ahead and thank the community just in general because the support already for this series has been pretty amazing. Like I said, this is the third episode, and I pretty much already have enough submissions from people to do another 2 or 3 episodes. So I really do appreciate that support very much, and I look forward to continuing this series. But we're going to kick things off here in our first segment, focusing on our feature collection, which comes from a viewer named Nelson. And you see there within his I'm not sure if this is like his man cave or not, but he has that sign that says Nelson Avenue, which is a nice touch there. So already you're getting an idea of what he has going on within his collection and his wife's collection as well. You'll see hers also. But yeah, you get an idea of it here. But as I move along, I'm going to share his email that he sent, and of course we'll get to see some more images of what they have in their collections. So he started off his email here by saying, I've been collecting Funko Pops for over 2 years. I live in Arizona. I have a very good friend that I've known for over 20 years. She was collecting for a few years before I got into it. She showed my wife and me some of her Pops, though my wife and I have never shown an interest in collecting. Now, before I move on, I do want to say already I love the organization, just how, things are everything in its right place pretty much for your Radiohead fans, and I love that song too. But you see it's very well organized. Master of the Universe looks great there. I have a shelf like that going on within my own collection. Got the gargoyles all together. I mean, it's really well organized here. And I still gotta say, as far as movie moments go, it started off with Star Wars, and I still think the Star Wars ones are some of the best looking ones. But Funko is doing some more interesting things with those, and I will address that some more in a future video. So he continues here. One day, my wife and I were in our local Walmart, and she came across strawberry shortcake Pops. She loved the look and design, and from there the collecting started. I started to pick up some Pops here and there. And I do want to point out with these strawberry shortcake Pops, if you notice the sticker here, they are scented. I got the impression that some newer collectors, when they saw the Tiki Stitch, they thought that might have been one of the first scented Pops that Funko has done. But no, Funko has done it before several times in the past. That's something that if you're ever curious if Funko has done something before, just Google it. Look it up. But yeah, scented Pops are not new. Moving on here. Things really took off once we went to a collecting event with our friend. I walked out having picked up some Batman the Animated Series and Arkham Asylum Pops, while my wife had picked up Sesame Street Pops. Yeah, these Pops are, I guess it's because we started collecting around the same time possibly, that I remember seeing a lot of these in stores when I first started collecting. A lot of the, well, not Batman the Animated Series so much, but definitely Arkham Asylum Pops and a lot of Sesame Street as well. So yeah, I get the impression that you may have started seriously collecting, Nelson, not too long after I did. And this right here, of course, I don't have part of his email here, but I did want to share this. Now, I'm assuming based off the Pops that I see here, because I'm trying to see where they are. But I just know there are certain Pops that stand out to me that make me assume that this is his wife's collection, essentially. And of course, she has it very, very well organized as well. Very colorful too, with the mix of Pops that she has going on here, because she has Disney, she has a Wonder Woman there. It looks like she has almost all the Wonder Woman Pops going on there. The Sesame Street, of course, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, Sesame Street is in the mix there, and he mentioned his wife picking up some of those. Also some Fraggle Rock and some other things going on here. So yeah, again, very well organized, very nice looking collection. And his email continues with, I love gaming and own all the major consoles. I grew up watching a lot of cartoons and love Batman and Spider-Man. My favorite cartoons that really got me into Batman and Spider-Man were the Super Friends, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and Batman 66. I grew up in the 80s, so all the major cartoons of that time I loved. My all-time favorites are He-Man and Transformers. In the 2 years my wife and I have been collecting, we've collected over 400 Pops. And yeah, for those of you that are new to collecting, it happens just that fast. You get into the hundreds very quickly with collecting. And of course, we see the Pops going on here and some game-related Pops going on here. Again, very well organized. But I also like the game controllers that he has going on there on the right. Those custom controllers, they look pretty awesome. I've never actually went ahead and bought a custom. I've really thought about it at times, because what they can do with controllers now is pretty amazing. I did fall into burnout and space issues. We decided to get rid of the Pops we like but were not in love with, over 90 Pops. I decided to collect a few genres: video games, animation, DC, Marvel, movies, and shows I care for. So this is something I addressed in a recent video, and I know that Nelson said he's a fan of that video, talking about collecting burnout and basically how to deal with it. And, you know, cutting back is a big way to do that. So, you know, like he said here, they trim down their collection, and that probably is for the best, especially once, you know, you start to feel very cluttered. But again, with so many pops in their collection, they're keeping it very well organized. That's something I keep saying I'm going to work on some, and I do plan to do that, especially with some time that I get off during the holidays. But yeah, well, if you haven't checked out that video on collecting burnout, it's not like a negative video. It really is talking about how to, you know, deal with that, though, if you are experiencing it. I collect Transformers figures when I can, only trying to get the ones that were in the movie, and some G1. Of course, G1 referring to Generation 1. And I see these Transformers figures around. I know, of course, when Toys R Us was still open, I would see those there sometimes. And comic book shops seem to have these sometimes as well. They're very cool looking. I'm not a big enough Transformers fan to collect these, but I do like the look of some of them that I have seen around. Oh, and by the way, again, I think this is mainly new collectors, but I've seen some new collectors saying that they'd like to see Transformers pops. There are actually some out there. I can understand if you want to see some more, but I do want to make sure people realize that there are some out there. It's just that there aren't any necessarily on store shelves right now. As for work, my wife and I both work in customer service. I love what you do. Keep up the good work. Sorry, didn't want the pictures I sent to turn into a room tour, but it did. And Nelson, you definitely don't have to apologize for that. As far as entries into this are concerned, if you want to share your collection, the more pictures, the better. You know, give me a lot to work with, basically, so I can kind of pick and choose and put everything together. Because if it's too few, I mean, I probably won't be able to use them at all. And definitely, you know, you got to make sure your lighting and everything is right. You know, the higher the quality of the pictures, the better. And Nelson gave me a lot of images to work with. I think the way his collection is set up, he and his wife's collection, the way they have everything set up, it just looks amazing to me. So it's very much on point and very much appreciated that you decided to share. Now, you'll see the information here again if you are interested in being a part of this, you know, sharing your collection within this series. Then you see the information here on the screen. I'm not going to read that off for you. The main thing I want to point out here is, of course, we have a winner now for my Funko Christmas giveaway, and I will need the winner to contact me. Let's give it 3 days max. You know, try to contact me as soon as possible at the email address, and of course I will verify that it is the winner I am speaking to. I've had some people try to be slick, and trust me, I've been doing YouTube for a while, so I know how to deal with that. So yeah, I'm waiting for the real winner to contact me, and you know, we'll get that worked out on the items that I can send your way. If you can make out what his comment says here, you see that he is a fan of the Flash series, and of course there are some new pops out, there are some older pops out, but if he wants a box that's focused on the Flash, I'm definitely going to do that. Like I said, anything that was within reason for the winner, I was going to work that out. So again, I really do hope to hear from the winner within 3 days or so. Our featured custom artist for this video is Anna, a viewer named Anna. And I do want to point out for everybody, when you email me, you know, when we're conversing with each other, if you're going to have anything that is shared within these videos, please make sure you let me know what you prefer to be called, you know, because I'm trying to avoid using people's last names if they didn't make it clear that it's okay to use their last names. You know, I just want to be respectful in that way. So Anna, I'm just going to refer to as Anna. And I really do want to point out for you all as well, I didn't make this clear before, I don't think, but I really do want to stress to you all, when it comes to the custom pop artist, you don't have to be an artist that's like trying to sell your work. If you just do it for fun, if you just do it for your own collection, that's cool. And, you know, you want to share it with the community, you know, that's absolutely cool. So again, you do not have to be somebody that's actually trying to sell customs. And Anna, as you see, as I get into her email that she sent, you'll see here that this is something that she just does for her own collection. So I am going to go ahead and read her email here word for word. Hi Franklin, I know you're still taking submissions for custom pops, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I was very apprehensive to send you these because I too have anxiety and was really unsure if I wanted to do this. My husband and daughter were very encouraging, and here I am. I've been buying pops since 2013, but really started collecting a couple of years ago. I've been following your channel for a while now and watch your news videos when they come out. Thank you for all your hard work. We really appreciate it. We live about a 30-minute drive from Funko HQ, and when we go, I try to get a DIY pop. As you know, Funko makes a lot, but they cannot make everything for everybody, so I thought I'd make some for myself. Okay, so looking at her email here and thinking about it, one thing she says that I really think I want to stress is that Funko cannot make everything for everybody. I know, people always want to see Funko do certain things, but as I've been stressing in recent videos, it's about licensing. It comes down to the rights holders, what they are allowing Funko to do. Funko can't just make whatever they want to. So I hope people are understanding that more and more, that it doesn't fall on Funkos. People keep saying, why doesn't Funko do this or why doesn't Funko do that? They try to do everything that their fans ask of. I mean, they do a lot, so I give them that credit, but it's not always up to them what they're allowed to do. So for example here, with Calvin and Hobbes, which I'd had, even though Calvin and Hobbes are so well known, I don't think I ever really thought about them as pop figures. And you see here that Anna was able to pull off, the Calvin and Hobbes here. And I believe she did start with the DIY pop there, the do-it-yourself pop. But I had no idea, who owns the rights to those characters, if Funko would be able to do them officially or not. But I think it's very cool that Anna was able to create this for her own collection. And as far as custom pops go, I think it's actually more difficult to start off with the DIY pop. So I give a lot of credit to Anna for being able to do that. As far as I know, it's pretty difficult to start off from scratch, with the DIY pop. Now, moving along here, we have some Dragon Ball Z pops, and I like what she said here. She actually wrote this in parentheses. It says, yes, there's plenty more characters to be made. And I think most Dragon Ball fans can agree with that there's still a lot more characters that can be done, including a lot of variations of characters, because that is true to the series and the movies and everything. So, we'll see what else they decide to do. These particular characters here, I'm familiar with them somewhat, but not completely, because I've been away from Dragon Ball for a long time, but I definitely do like the designs. And some of the molding and everything that Anna was able to do here, I'm not even sure how she pulled all this off, especially if she started off from scratch with DIY pops. Again, that just seems like a lot of work to me, a lot of sculpting. So that shows a lot of patience and passion for doing this as well. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, Lady Mechanica, I recognize this character because I feel like it may have been Free Comic Book Day last year or the year before. I know there was a comic book of Lady Mechanica, which I got, and I did read it. It was really just like a teaser, edition, but I never followed up on reading more of the series. So I really would like to hear from people that know the series Lady Mechanica. What are your thoughts about it? What's your, kind of mini review on it? Because I might consider checking it out. I definitely like the design of the character. It's very cool design. I love that Anna was able to, do the goggles on her pop figure, and it does look like she actually molded them herself. So again, that's impressive to me, so very cool design for this character. And then the last pop I'm going to share that Anna created is one that I think horror fans would absolutely love to have, and that is Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, I think most people can agree with me. Bram Stoker's Dracula is not a great movie. Most of the casting is just not fitting. I mean, especially Keanu Reeves trying to pull off a British accent. Just no. But Gary Oldman as Dracula is just classic. Like, he really made that movie. If it wasn't for him being in that movie, I don't think anybody would even think about that movie anymore. But he really set it off. And along with that, you got to give props to the makeup and costume department as well, because they helped to bring his character together. And yes, I think this is an amazing looking custom that Anna did. I think it would be very cool if Funko ever did it officially. But, again, congratulations to Anna for actually pulling this off and having it within her own collection. And I know this is one that's got to feel special to her. I think she just did a great job with it. Like, if you know the movie, you just glance at this, you know who that represents. So that is very cool. So again, thank you so much, Anna, for being willing to share your work with us. That is very much appreciated. And I do want to stress to you all again, you do not have to be a custom artist that's trying to sell your work to be a part of this series, to be featured in this series. Now, I will say honestly, I do want to try to help out people that are trying to sell their figures, but I'm not only going to focus on people that are selling customs. I want to try to represent the community as much as possible. Finally, here we have our featured YouTuber, and one thing I know I'm going to like about this series is being able to give some shine to some friends of mine, and I do consider LadyFunko a friend. She's a very cool individual, somebody that is very community oriented, and that is exactly why I'm not just taking random submissions when it comes to the featured YouTuber. I am pretty much selecting people and reaching out to people because I want to make sure that anybody that I feature that's a YouTuber within this series is somebody that is very focused on the community, somebody that I consider to be a genuinely kind person. Yeah, so I'm being very choosy about that pretty much. And yeah, like I said, LadyFunko exemplifies those things. I think she's a really awesome individual. She and I talk on a regular basis. I watch her videos on a regular basis. She checks out my content. So she's just a cool person and all around, so I really don't want to say too much more about her. I'm going to let her speak to you all right now.
Hey guys, my name is Melissa, or LadyFunko on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you so much to Franklyn for asking me to be a part of this new series. I think it is a really fun idea and a great way to get the community involved in your channel. Franklyn was actually the first Funko YouTube channel that I started watching. When I typed Funko in the little search bar, his video was the one that popped up, and I had been collecting for about 3 years, or I have been collecting for about 3 years. I think it was probably about a year into collecting that I discovered YouTube. But I have a lot of social anxiety issues and went through a pretty tough time in my personal life, and collecting Funko Pops was kind of like my therapy. It was retail therapy, or just something that brought me happiness in my life, just to see all these fun characters and different representations from my childhood, or just anything nostalgic. And it gave me something to look forward to and something to do in my spare time. I'm not a social person. I have never really liked going out. It's been hard for me to put myself out there in a lot of different ways, but I thought that maybe the internet would be a little bit easier because you don't actually have to go out into the world to find people that you have things in common with, and people that enjoy the hobby as well. And it has been really good for that. And then I got to a point where I kind of wanted to try it, and I wanted to see if I could do it, even though I was nervous that people would judge me or be mean or what have you. The internet's full of, that kind of stuff too, but so far it's been really great. And basically my channel is super laid back. I don't really plan my videos or edit them. I don't know a lot of the technology behind video editing, but I do love the hobby, and I hope that comes across in my videos. I upload about 4 times a week. I do pop hunts, pop hauls, reviews, unboxings. I really like mystery minis. It's kind of one of my collecting kryptonites. Yeah, I collect Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, DC, Marvel, Disney, random stuff. Pretty much anything cute I will probably buy if I look at it long enough. Yeah, just kind of casual vloggy type videos. So yeah, thank you again to Franklyn for asking me to be a part of this, and I'm excited to maybe meet some new friends through this video. And yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great day and a happy holiday season, and maybe I will see you soon.
So yeah, if you're not familiar with LadyFunko, I definitely want you to get familiar with her. I am of course going to link one of her videos down below. Please make sure that you do check that out. And if you like her content, then definitely subscribe. And like I said, continue to support her. And I do want to let you all know that I did choose to feature LadyFunko and Anna together in this video because they do have something in common with me, and they both mentioned it, and it is living with anxiety. So I live with anxiety, and I've been dealing with it for I don't even know how long now. It's kind of tough to say at this point, but it has been a long time. So I do want to give props to them because, when you deal with anxiety, it's just in general, it's tough to really put yourself in a public spotlight, but especially when you deal with anxiety, it's even tougher, so I give a lot of props to them for being willing to, do what they do, basically, for Anna sharing her custom pops with us, and for LadyFunko, running a YouTube channel, which can be challenging, with anxiety or without it, but definitely with it. So, Along with that, I do want to say that I am going to put some advice up here on the screen, just some general advice that I keep in mind based off of my own experiences for people. But I really want to encourage you, though, that if you are living with anxiety, to check out the video that I am going to link down in the description. This is a video that I created, I believe, may have been last year or the year before last. I'm not sure when. It's been a good while though, but I feel that the video is still very relevant. It gets more in detail about some of the advice that I want to give to you all that are living with anxiety, and also, you know, I share my own experience with it as well. So again, if you're somebody that's living with anxiety, I do want you to realize you got somebody in your corner. You're definitely not alone, because, you know, I definitely understand it. And yeah, you know, basically I'm here for you in that way. So I definitely want you to check that video out if you've never seen it before, and just consider some of the advice I'm putting out there. Of course, I'm not a professional, you know, so I do say here on the screen with number 7 that, you know, of course, if you feel like you need professional help, then there's no shame at all in seeking that out. But yeah, again, consider the things that I have here on the screen, and also please make sure you check out that video that is linked down in the description. So that's going to do it for this episode of FM's Funko Features. Again, I definitely want to thank Nelson for sharing his collection, Anna for sharing her customs, and LadyFunko, you know, thank you just for being you. You're an awesome individual, and I really do hope that people that aren't familiar with you will go check out your channel. And like I said, for you all, I think it's really worth it. You know, she's doing great things over there on her channel, and she's actually, you know, trying to give shine to other YouTubers as well, which is very cool of her to do. So again, definitely make sure that you check out her content. But yeah, I look forward to hearing the, you know, some feedback from you all on this video. As always, please make sure you drop a like on the video, you know, sharing it, that would be cool as well, you know. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Be on the lookout for the next one. It might be next weekend if nothing comes up, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.